I want to be abundantly clear. I don't think that Black Americans clung to their identity and are therefore experiencing violence. No, I think Black Americans, Indigenous Americans, and non-white immigrant groups were experiencing violence, and therefore they clung to their identities and they created these systems of community and culture that insulated them a tiny bit, at least, from this violence. Now, this violence is systemic and it is overarching and it's hitting every single aspect of every single person's life, whether you know it or not. But I think that's why we see these vibrant, beautiful cultures that are exported to everywhere else in the world from the United States, from non-white groups, right? Under the system of white supremacy, white narcissism, we have the white group, non-white group. Non-white group has a bunch of different arms under it, right? White group is trying to be a monolith, even though we're not, of course. But the European American immigrants and their descendants gave up their identity to fit into this group because they saw the violence that was being done against the non-white group. Yes? Okay. Somewhere in my relearning of U.S. history, I do believe it is around the civil rights movement, and specifically the Black Panthers movement and the American Indian movement in the late 60s, early 70s. Black American groups, Indigenous American groups were like, we're not even going to try anymore. So they create these beautiful, vibrant, stunning communities that European Americans want to be a part of. And we see it every day. We see it every day on all of these apps, people begging for an invite to the cookout, right? Where I also see it is in resentment, right? One of the tenets of white supremacy, and this is from a website called like the Tenets of White Supremacy, so I have to call it that. You can Google it, is policing others. And when we see white people policing others, I do believe it is rooted deeply in resentment. Resentment for not having any sort of identity or community or culture. Or just because they're little bitches, you know, who don't know how to have fun. I don't know. I wrote a piece on this on Substack a while back called Hating from Inside the Club. The club being the fictitious system of white narcissism that has been created over generations and generations and generations and upheld by people who look like me in every single way, in every single day. That's my thoughts.